My name's Thomas O'Regan. I'm a professional property investor here in Australia. Now, me and my wife have 20x equity portfolio position in the last 4 years. So today what I want to talk about is people getting their priorities sorted if they're looking to become financially free through property. Now, a lot of people are always drawn to the nice, shiny new things, but when it comes to property, usually what's going to make you the most money isn't necessarily the thing that is on a shiny brochure. Now, this is where a lot of people get messed up in property. They think if it's not shiny, if it doesn't look good, then how could it possibly be good? If there's no brochure attached to it, if there's no fancy marketing campaign, I don't think it's a good investment. Now, that is completely wrong. When it comes to making the most amount of money in property, usually the ones that look the worst get you the best results, and I want to explain that to you today. Now, just a little bit of delineation. If you want to become financially free and you are looking at, living the life now, there's very slim chance you're going to ever make it becoming financially free, because there's something called lifestyle creep. And if you suffer from this, like most people, whenever your income increases, you'll just increase your expenses to increase your lifestyle, right? So as time goes on, you'll keep upgrading your car, you'll get car payments, etc., etc. You'll be stuck in that life cycle. You'll be stuck in that cycle for the rest of your life. And I hope you get out, but if not, good luck to you. But anyway, what I want to talk about was the properties. Like, for example, if you buy an off-the-plan property, they will have the absolute nicest marketing campaign attached to it. The brochure will be absolutely outstanding. It will look like the best property you've ever seen. But most of the time, off-the-plan properties, after you purchase them and 10 years from that point, you normally half your money. That's generally how it goes. So I'm not saying you can't make money in off-the-plan properties. There would definitely be someone out there that's made a bunch of money in off-the-plan properties, and I'm sure it can be done. I just don't know anyone that's made money in off-the-plan properties. And if I look at people that have purchased off-the-plan properties, and they're usually the people that I'm purchasing properties from, they've lost almost half their money, or the property's halved in value by the time they sell it 10 years later. Now, the reason this happens is because generally new developments are sold at an inflated price, and what happens to that price is that price comes all the way down until it's either at or below replacement cost, and that's where it's at the bottom of the market. This might take 10 years, it might take 15, it might take 5, it doesn't matter. But the point is, a good investment is an investment that is bought for at, near, or below replacement cost. And that is the cost that it would cost today to build that property. Now, as time goes on, that replacement cost obviously goes up with inflation, because the cost to replace something 10 or 20 years ago was obviously a lot cheaper than it is today. Why is that? Because the labor cost 10 or 20 years ago was a lot cheaper. The materials to build whatever it is, a house, a unit, whatever, is a lot cheaper. It was a lot cheaper 10 years ago. And as time goes on, those costs become higher. So where the property hits replacement cost, it's very hard for a property to go any further below that cost, unless it's also relating to the bottom of a market cycle. What I mean by that, markets go up and they go down, and they overcorrect and they undercorrect. They go over where they should have stopped, and they go under where they should have stopped. So sometimes if the property market is below replacement cost, it can still go a little bit down, but not too much more. And effectively, whoever is purchasing properties below replacement cost are pretty much just good at negotiating. Okay, so a good investment is buying something at replacement cost. The only way for those to go is up. And if you also are familiar with market cycles as well, that can also help you like make a much larger return on the investment as well. So for example, what I mean by that is you could buy at replacement cost at the start or at the peak of a market cycle. That is still a good investment, but you might not get the growth straight away. You've still made a solid investment, but you're just not getting the upward trajectory of the market doing most of the heavy lifting when it comes to the timing of your purchase. So, but yeah, basically, I wanted to speak more about the ugly duckling properties as well. The properties, you might have one property that is identical to another property. One property has a very good marketing campaign, a very good sales agent. He's very reputable. He sells a lot of properties, and he, I guess, answers all the calls that come in, and he's very good at, you know, getting buyers' interest and getting buyers to increase their price that they're going to purchase the property for. But what But basically, you may have another property that is identical, like it's the same property for everything that matters, but the marketing campaign is not there. It's got a bad marketing campaign. Someone's taken a photo to do the marketing campaign on their phone, and they've also, they're just a bad sales agent as well. So the price difference might be a lot, right? But which property would you want to buy? Because I know I would want to buy the ugly duckling property or the poorly marketed property that's effectively identical, and buy it for a bargain rather than buy the property that is the same for a more expensive price because the agent knows how to do sales, and they've done good marketing. But basically, that's my point. When it comes to investing, don't go for the shiny brochures. When something looks really fancy, it looks nice, it makes you feel good inside, and it makes you want to spend more, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's worth more. At the end of the day, invest logically, not emotionally. See you guys, bye.